Oh, bro, this is going to blow your fucking mind, bro. I listened to the whole Joe Rogan podcast, right?
Yep.
This company called Colossal Industries, it's the ones that are working on the map.
Let's go, baby.
Woo! We're back. Another week. Henry, Cappy, DZ, Joey K. Our producer is here. Tori. Thumbs up off the screen. I love it. We're talking off air. It's almost holiday time, man.
Yeah, man. 23 days, I think.
Fucking
23 days till we're off. Yeah.
That is exciting, man. I miss that feeling of the pre-holiday fucking.
Bro, it makes it literally makes like work feel like you're working towards something. Like it's all for something, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't have any like goals, whether that's traveling or any other goals you have, I feel like it's hard to just wake up every morning and be motivated to work without any goal in sight. You know what I mean? Whether it's, you got a wedding come up, you got to pay for this wedding, you got to do this, you got to do that. You need to work, you need to earn money. All right. Makes it a bit easier, right? When you go on the holidays, it's like, oh man, those airport. I don't drink beer, but I'll tell you what, the best airport beer in the morning. Oh, well, ours is a 9:30 p.m. flight, so
that sucks. You're gonna be too excited all day waiting. What do you do all day?
Sleep in,
jerk off,
sleep,
literally
sleep
all day,
and just bro. And it's funny too because every holiday I've been on, I think without a doubt, we have the morning flight. So it's like 8 a.m. and me and the boys are just sinking beers, bro. It's the best. It's the only time you're allowed to drink that early without being judged.
Yeah.
Or unless it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. Unless a priest walks past, maybe they'll judge you.
That is fucking awesome, man. So DZ, what about you? What's been happening with you? Anything crazy?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. I'm pretty good. Same old, same old. Just fucking the traffic, man. Today is abysmal. Like it's always Wednesday and Friday. The traffic is killing me, and it's the two most important days I have to get home on time. Like Wednesday, I got to go home because I got to come here straight away. And then Friday, it's fucking Friday, so I want to go home. But then two worst days. Yesterday, traffic's nothing, not a car.
But how long are you in the car for in this traffic?
It took me half an hour to get here from fucking my house. It takes me usually 25 minutes or so. But like, fucking hell, 5 minutes extra traffic adds up, bro. Like, fucking hell, it's just bumper to bumper. It's always terrible. Anyway, that's why it takes me half an hour every Wednesday. The traffic's fucking horrible.
Now, when you leave here and you choose to stop off and drive through, do you reckon that's 30 minutes?
No, it's a little bit quicker. On the way back's always quicker.
So you're in traffic that long where even when you stop in for a drive-through on the way home, you're still longer on the way getting here than
probably.
you are on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It takes me half an hour to get here.
Yeah.
Half an hour.
Yeah, Jordan Springs is a fucking shit location, bro.
It's hard to get into.
It is. It's such an awkward... Bro,
and I'm at
Jordan
the very back.
Jordan Springs and Warrington.
Yeah.
Hate those two spots. They're just so far but close.
Yeah.
Like...
And Glenmore Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Park's really random.
That's another one. My mother lives there now, bro. It's so... Like, you got to go all the way to Mulgoa Road, Penrith, and then you... Don't go to Penrith. You got to go left another 15 fucking minutes just to get into the cunt, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's it took me and Tori like 13 minutes to get here, like 15, 13. It's so good. But yeah, man.
Tori, what about you? How you been? You had last week off.
Yeah, I just didn't want to come here, guys.
Have you been vaping?
No, 4 weeks on Monday.
Wow.
4 weeks on Monday without vaping.
We need to get an applause soundbar.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
Europe
and a boo.
Europe's gonna be the challenge, man.
I'm gonna be smoking ciggies for sure. I don't think I'll vape because vaping was a little bit harder to do in Europe. I don't know if you remember, but it was I brought all of the vapes last time I went to Europe.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's a little bit harder to find them because obviously you don't know where to go. But I'm definitely
So why do you think
ciggy.
why are you saying like you're gonna start smoking ciggies on the trip where right now you're working?
I just mean when I drink.
When you drink.
Yeah, so if we go out for drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
At a bar, at a pub or something, like, just want to step outside and have a ciggy.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll find some cafe.
Something like that.
Especially if they let you smoke inside. As if you're not going to have a cigarette, man. I'll be like, give me one of them motherfuckers. Like, God damn.
I don't know why. I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I feel like it's less like risky. It's less of a slippery slope to go with the ciggies rather than picking up another vape because there's just so much more nicotine in the vapes.
Bro, I'm telling you, people, Gen Z have made vapes look that gay. Like
Yeah.
ciggies look cool again. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, they really do.
Bro, I see dudes with vapes and I'm like, you fag. I'm like, what the hell? But then I see a guy with a cigarette. I'm like, he looks so cool.
Yeah.
What's he talking about? What's he smoking? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be involved with that guy. You know what I mean?
I would say that, but I was deep throating the fuck out of a vape so regularly before. So I'm just like, I can't go, Gen Z, because I was a part of that period of like smoking vapes. But I see someone with a ciggy and I'm like, man, even through it all, right? Those are the true ciggy smokers.
Yes.
When they didn't even fold once.
Yes.
They didn't go, fuck that. I'm just sticking with this.
Yeah,
That's when
now
you know you love
it's
singing.
cool again.
The
Like,
vaping is so silly. Man. I seen a post like just earlier today, like some young cheerleader has got popcorn lung and in hospital. She's like in a hospital bed in the photo and shit. It's from vaping. It's like
Popcorn
the
lung.
vaping's giving her like a fucking 80-year-old's popcorn lung.
Crazy.
oh, God.
Did she reach for the vape? Like, do you know that nurse button call where she's like, they get a request?
Vape.
She's like, vape.
Before you guys come here, I looked at the stats again for the month. Well, not the month. It's the past 30 days. So I think it bleeds over from last month as well. Again, man, numbers are still good, man. Over 70 listeners. This time, Brazil has taken over the second most listeners that we've got, which is hilarious because when I read out the list at the special, Brazil were like, I think, third or fourth. So Brazilians keep trickling in, which is fucking cool. Weird as shit, though. So,
Wait, does many Brazilians speak English?
I don't know. They must if they're listening to
Is
this
this,
shit.
is this an accurate thing? You
Yeah,
reckon?
Unless they
How-
got subtitles on.
How big is English in Brazil? Surely. Oh, I reckon it'd be pretty big.
It's probably pretty big.
in
Yeah.
Rio.
See, we were stumped last week without Tori here
Yeah,
because
I
we'd
know.
asked this before.
I know.
And nothing.
We're spreading misinformation last week.
A little bit.
So I didn't. All I asked was how many Brazilians speak English, but I should have asked maybe how many speak English in Brazil. Portuguese is the official language of Brazil. Only about 5% of Brazilians have a proficient grasp of English.
Oh,
Okay. Well, there
So
you go.
not a lot.
wow,
wow.
okay.
Interesting.
So we've got only the 5 motherfuckers that have broken English are listening to this shit. They're like, fuck. Yeah, mad. And then, USA is still in third place, which again, if you're from the US and you're listening and you're a fan, and if we talk about some shit, let us, man, don't be shy. Let us know. Comment. You know, usually the one we always fucking rage on about the politics. Like, well, we don't even live over there.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
if you guys are living there and you're listening to us going, okay, hold on a second. I like this because of this, or I like that because of that. Like, let us know.
Yeah.
Don't be shy, man. Like,
It's like Americans talking about Australia. When an American sits down, they talk about Australia. Unless they've been here, they don't really know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like they have some weird perception of what Australia's like. So maybe we have a bit of that. I think we have a bit more of a
course.
grasp because we see everything that happens in the US, but we still don't know. Like,
Yeah,
you know
of
what I mean?
course. Like-
Even the ones that have been here, I see those videos of expats that have been living here and they say 10 things about Australia. I'm like, what the?
They're
what
wrong,
What are
yeah.
you fucking talking about?
did we get any
I don't know.
anonymous fucking?
I've been forgetting about this thing, eh?
I think I don't know if I forgot to close the speak pipes on my fucking little
yeah, we can see.
link thing, but people keep trying to send them. We're not taking any more speak pipes. It was a 1 episode special, okay, guys? Fucking hell! But I love the enthusiasm.
You get heaps to speak.
I'm just getting absolutely hammered with them. Like fucking hell! Quickly delete the link again.
This one just says India will beat China
Okay.
with their economy. India will beat China with their economy.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, what terms? Like,
Well, I mean,
because in sheer numbers, yeah, they probably will.
Who can make a goat vindaloo faster? Definitely India.
Oh, fucking hell.
yeah, I haven't been posting that on my Instagram, so that's probably why we haven't gotten any.
Yeah, you've got fucking music coming out your ass. This motherfucker sent me like fucking 4 projects. I've
Yeah,
almost
sorry,
finished.
bud.
I've almost finished. Long Way to Go. That's probably my favorite song you've done. That I love that song. The shit you're saying, I feel like it's kind of what we talk about on here all the time, but you've just condensed it into like a 2-minute song. It's fucking dope, man.
Yeah, I'm keen to hear that.
That
one.
needs a fucking clip.
Oh, yeah.
That needs. I don't care if it's just you walking through a fucking dandelion field.
But-
that needs a clip or something.
balls deep in this album, man.
Yeah.
But it's you know I've started organizing a track list and everything and putting it together how it's going to be. Yeah.
But wait, you release it at the end of the year, right?
Well,
are you gonna do?
whenever I got enough tracks, I
Alright,
got
do
an
a
idea.
part one,
About,
part two.
about 20 tracks is what I mean. That was the first one. Was 20. I'm aiming for about the same, give or take. And then just when I'm happy whenever I drop the next, because it's supposed to be about 2 weeks between each single, right? Hasn't panned out that way, not a big deal, but that's what I aim for, right? So if it's a little bit longer or less, and then I'm keeping some in the back pocket for
the
exclusive
actual-
for the album, right?
yeah.
But only a couple. Like the first album only had 3 exclusive songs. But then the best thing about doing it this way, right? I had people hit me up saying, bro, this song's crazy, this song's mad, I can't believe this song, and it was fucking released 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get ya.
That's why I do it this way. And then also all the streams from those singles carry over, and it looks good on your Spotify, and they push you out more.
Yep.
So it's the best way to do it. So shout out Chris Webby. I pretty much stole the whole thing, whole idea and everything from him. And it's such a clever way to do your albums. Drop single. I'm maybe going to have a bit more exclusives on this one. I'm thinking maybe like 4 or 5.
I reckon you go for like 5. Like have a bunch of exclusives on there, bro.
The only thing is I'm getting you to do all the work,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, that's
last time it was a mix, right? And there's a little bit of a mix this time because I have old singles that are released by someone else did them, but it's mostly you.
Yeah,
So
good.
that's why, I'm not hitting the 2 weeks as much because
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
your own shit going on as well. But yeah, so I'm very happy with that. I'm going to get you to do something on it. And so that should be coming out in a couple months, maybe.
Yeah, part 1, part 2 would be cool if we can.
Yeah,
if we can keep it.
but I did that with Final Boss, so I don't know.
Yeah, true.
And plus, since they're all singles, I don't really need to do a part 1 and part 2 because most of the tracks are released already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you've been dropping a few singles as of late. That's all going to be on the album, mate.
Yeah, they're all going to be compiled. Even songs from like 3 years ago, I'm going to put on an album. That's what I did with the first one.
Do a mega fuck.
So
yeah.
like you have old tracks that you re-release, and then new people, when they listen to the album, they haven't heard that track before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, cool.
Like shout out Jazz when I dropped that first album. He's like, bro, this is the best project. He's like, this is the best shit. You're the best rapper in Australia. I was like, thank you.
Fucking sick,
real
man.
recognize real. He's a sick. I'm trying to get him on the album too, but people are busy. It's hard working with other people. But
It's
scheduling them in to see when they're free and to match up with your release date whenever you want that to be. You know what I mean?
and the way other people work is so different to the way I work.
Yeah.
As well. Like Verse sent me
Pace,
shout
you
out
mean?
Verse. Like just
Pace?
everything, the
Everything,
DAW they use, the way they produce
The
mix
mixing.
masters. Like Verse sent me his vocals, and he sent me all his stems, which is fine. It makes it easier, but like usually people would just send me their vocal file. But then he sent me all the stems, so then I have to compile the stems, put them in. It's like
See,
just
I
little shit like that.
prefer all the stems.
Well, yeah,
because
exactly.
I've
So-
got more shit to work with, and then when people just send me kind of one thing, it's fucking
Less to
usually
work with.
fucking ass, and I'm like, oh, bro, like seriously, man, give me a choice so I can make the decision.
That's from more of a producer's standpoint
That's the
rather than a rapper's.
That's the producer standpoint
Yeah.
because just there's so much little
And
things. that go
Verse
into it, man.
and Breezy, man, they're very good at what they do. So he's got it all on lock, right?
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
it all the files. So yeah, he done a good job. But I'm just saying, it's different to how other people would send me tracks, and now these people do this, and that person does this, and they use this, and they send it in a fucking Apple file. They send it as a
Yeah.
fucking Fruity Loops and
They send you a USB
Shit
via
like that.
pigeon and shit.
yeah,
Fuck, bruh.
like different file types and shit. But
Yeah.
but that's coming, man. How's your album going?
Good. I've got some fucking absolute bangers, man. I just got at that point now, like where I've started heaps, so now I'm working. That's how I basically work to get the main bulk of the work done. Is I start like 20 songs, just start them. Don't finish them. Don't even do anything fancy. Just start. Sketch, and then I've got like 20 sketches, I call them. Then now I'm at that part where I'm going back through the sketches and actually now finishing them from start to finish, and then keeping the ones I like, deleting the shit ones, etc., etc.
You want a mate?
Nah, not yet.
This is shit Sherba, man. This is
Yeah, that looks like
That's
fucking
Rosamonte.
rabbit food, man.
Our one's way better. The
Yeah.
Uruguayan one,
It's like
way
nice
better.
and thin. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm kind of in that situation now where I'm going back through the sketches and kind of deciding what I do like. The collab with you is a fucking slapper, man. Absolute slapper. That'd be sick to fucking play live. Which
I forgot
also,
about that. I don't even know what it sounds like.
also the show for the CYCLOPS gig, I think the second release tickets are already sold out. So again, the links are in the description below. Get your fucking ticket because this is more than likely going to sell out, and it's going to be a fucking whopper of a fucking night.
I'm so sad we're not going to be here for that.
It would have been so good
Seriously,
if it was the
I'm telling
weekend
ya,
and then you left,
I
man.
think this is like
The
the,
I think it's
biggest
the-
show.
And it's the first one we're missing.
Yeah.
yeah, that sucks. But like, what can you do, man? Like, I'm
Cancel
pretty.
it.
Cancel
Cancel
our
the
whole, we cancel our whole trip.
I moved the show. No, I'm pretty sure. I think every single time, without a doubt, that I've performed on big shows, I think there's been at least one of the homies like away.
Yeah.
Like literally like somewhere.
Well, there's that many of us.
There's
You know
just
what I mean?
bound to happen.
the group's too big.
Yeah, I'm
man.
gonna try to come. I gotta remember to get a ticket. There'll be more anyway. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, there'll be more,
They only
there'll
get
be
bigger.
more. They get bigger.
Only get bigger and better. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah! All right, that leads us to
The Reddit.
Reddit fucking dick, man.
All right.
Welcome to the Reddit Corner.
This one is a funny one. Some awkward as shit stories. Joey, read out what you chose for tonight's.
So, what is your worst / funny, most embarrassing sex stories?
Yep.
Now, I love talking about sex, like funny sex stories. Just sex in general is just funny as to talk about when someone says like a funny sex story. It's just hilarious. But so many of these is like,
Yeah.
a lot, like you said, so many just they ramble. Like me.
Yeah, there's
I
They
find the
ramble,
short ones.
And then, yeah, they're short and sweet ones, you know? But I'm going to start us off with one.
kick us off.
This isn't my story to tell, but I can't resist. So a friend is receiving the first hand job of his life. First of all, hand jobs are like
awkward, hey? Like when
eating
when
bread
you're a
without
kid. Yeah.
butter. It's like, what do you mean? It's like,
They're horrible.
Like, do you guys get bored? You do, eh?
I would rather suck a dick.
yeah, right?
Job.
It's like, because then it's like, if you're jerking someone off, right, you just have to go, yeah, like,
Yeah, like-
your face isn't doing
boring,
anything.
yeah.
You just got to go, you like that?
Yeah, you're looking at
And
each other.
it feels very. I feel like that. Like hand jobs just feel like child play. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are we doing? Why are we
Yeah.
messing around with this stuff? Let's move to the bigger
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
And I feel like as well, if you're just to work on the hand movement, let's face it, no matter how good a girl is with handling a dick, it's not your dick.
Yeah.
So girls never know the grip. Like I can get myself off within 2 minutes at home if I'm just like by myself, just and I'm hunched over like the fucking hunchback of Notre. I'm hunched over like the hunchback
And
of
you're
Notre
walking
Dame.
around and shit,
I'm
like looking in the fridge. Like,
but I'm like, I know the stroke, I know that, and then you get some girl to do it, and you're like, if it's just a hand, it's like no one's coming, or if you're coming from that, it's going to take a while, right?
hell.
But anyway, I digress. My friend was receiving the first hand job of his life. It's first time he's ever been with a girl, and so he's kind of nervous. She reaches down to wank him off, and just 2 strokes in, he ejaculates everywhere. That's not all, though. During the orgasm, he lets out a long fart. He's so embarrassed about farting and coming at the same time that he resorts to telling this girl, "I love you."
What?
I think basically that's where all his problems with women began.
Oh my god.
First of all, farting
man.
and coming at the same time. I don't know why. I think it'd be like, it wouldn't be fun for like if it smelt, but like the vibration of your asshole when you fart and the coming sensation, right? Is that better than coughing and coming at the same time? No, actually, it's worse because if you're around a girl, no one wants to hear you.
yes, dude.
fart,
like,
right?
Oh,
But it's kind of like internal anal stimulation, right?
Those are strange things to say, Joey. I don't know. I've never experienced either of those.
was fucking a girl in my car at night in a field we had parked in. After a few minutes, I looked up and a guy had walked over, seemingly to see what was happening. He come to the car and looks in the window for an uncomfortable length of time and sees everything. As he walks away, I notice he had a prosthetic leg.
Oh my god.
So this guy had a fucking pirate, Captain Woody, just waddled over and was like, looking, just looking.
Fuck, that's creepy.
Fuck, man.
What's up, Australia? It's Egyptian Thunder God here from FireCast. Do you like training? What about staying hydrated? What about letting the world know? Because we all know that everyone loves to film themselves. If you don't film it at the gym, it doesn't count. This is the easiest way to take your videos at the gym. It's got this magnetic ring, the back of your phone. Set it up like so and record whatever you want. You don't have to be some obnoxious dude or girl bringing some tripod thing to the gym. No one wants to see that. This is so subtle, yet so effective. 10% of every purchase also goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital, so that's a plus. This thing stays hot or cold for hours, and it just doesn't get better than this. You know what I mean? You can pick up yours whenever you want. Hydro Grip. Let's go.
I got lube all over my hands and couldn't open my door to get to the bathroom. And then my partner at the time went to open the door and they forgot I just got my lubey hands all over the doorknob. So they couldn't open it either. I got lube all over my hands and couldn't open my door to go to the bathroom. And then my partner at the time went to open the door, and they forgot I just got my lubey hands all over the doorknob, so they couldn't open it either. And it was oily, so we didn't want to touch our clothes or my bed. So we just sat there trying to open the door with lubey hands.
Okay.
With lubey hands.
Yeah, I think the worst part of that story is Luby.
Yeah.
My
the
hands are
lubie,
all
bro?
lubey.
Get the lube.
It sucks too because I can't hold my phone away because I can't see.
Can't
Yeah.
see.
So I need my phone close to my eyes. Anyway.
During my sophomore summer home from college, one of my good friends from childhood was visiting my dad and decided it was okay if we had 10 or 15 friends over to drink a bit in the backyard. Well, from that mild-mannered gathering, I managed to pull a girl and brought her back to my room about 1 a.m. This is fucking incredible. Around 1:30 in the morning, and I'm pounding guts. Right? First of all, pounding guts is crazy. This guy probably didn't even pound anything. On this girl, we hear repeated tapping on the window in the room. She freaks the fuck out. I put my boxers on and open the blinds to see what's going on. I open the blinds to see my dad staring back at me while I'm in my boxers and a random girl with the sheets pulled over her tits. Turns out he went out the backyard to clean up after we were all done partying and accidentally locked himself out of the house.
So why is he peeping around?
He's trying to get in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, parents catching any whiff of that. I always had this relationship with my parents where, like, certain parents are different, right? Like, so I've had mates and I know other people that, like, their parents are always like, oh, like, you know, do what you want to do. Like, I know you, like, they're not naive and they're just going, oh, it's sex, like, whatever. But all through my, like, growing up, like, even at that age where some of my friends, it would have been okay for their parents to, like, they knew, right, I was having sex, but it's like, if I ever got caught, it's like, it's just bone jarring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that cringiness where you just want to disappear into nothing? Like, you just want to, like, respawn somewhere else?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I cringe that much. Maybe because, like, I don't know.
Yeah, look,
The way my dad is, like, old school
Yeah.
Arab, my mum just
Like,
isn't,
fuck
like,
it.
doesn't really talk about anything. So I'm just like, I don't know. It was always weird.
Bro,
you know,
my
like-
mum used to walk in on me and my partner all the time. Bro,
really?
we'd be like fucking 14, 15, bro. And we're
Yeah.
having sex all day, every day.
And the
And
mum,
we're in the
of course,
room,
yeah.
and we're just under the blanket. And it's like, I'm pretty sure she knows what's happening. She comes in to say something, and we're just
And it's
sitting
always
there
something dumbass
coming
like,
up.
do you guys want a tea? It's like, fuck
And
off.
we're like, no, I don't want a tea.
Yeah. I think I've never really had that problem. Just, I apologize to my Mima. She will never listen to this, but man, that house was like a brothel at one stage, man. That shit was crazy. When we were younger, bro, like the parties and shit, it was just fucking insane. And I think they knew what we were doing because we'd just be in the backyard. We'd just be in the backyard partying and there'd be like fucking 14 people in there. Just people just rooting in the pool, rooting over here. It was crazy, bro. I think they knew, but I think they would just rather us be safe and doing it at the house rather than like at the park or some shit. So
See, my dad would be like, rather it pretend it doesn't exist at all. And he's like, no.
yeah. Got a ping pong ball stuck in my ex's vagina. We're in the car, in a car park. We had to fish it out. Took a while, but we got it. I was a teen.
Why are you putting a ping pong ball in there? This one says,
Weird.
one time I was hooking up with this girl and we're about to get into anal. I hand her the lube and tell her to lube up her butt, and apparently she took that as a cue to rub all that lube on her butt cheeks. And she used the last of my lube doing it because she squirted a comical amount of lube on her hands, way more than would have been necessary. We both at the same time realized what she had just done and just lost it laughing. Unfortunately, we never got to the actual act because we were both laughing so hard. And now we were also out of lube. Quite the night.
Oh, fucking hell.
Once I had a relationship with a girl that was a bit of a sex addict. Her parents were out of the house and we went out of town for business. I finished tying her up to the bed.
What the?
I finished tying her up to the bed because she liked that kind of stuff. When all of a sudden I hear the front door and a voice saying, "Back home again," followed by footsteps coming up the stairs. I viciously tried to undo the knot that I did, but couldn't do it. I figured it was best at least for one of us to be dressed, so I went and got dressed myself and started putting my clothes on. The door opens, and the look on her mother's face will haunt me even to this day.
Oh, can you imagine that?
That's crazy. That's like you can't even move.
I'd just scream like, look, please don't come in.
Yeah, like what can you
Like,
say?
stop!
Yeah.
Like, stop, motherfucker! Like, goddamn.
I'd almost pretend she was trying to hang herself, but she was too dumb that she didn't know how. That's like less embarrassing. Than like,
Yeah, why is she naked, though?
yeah, true.
Why is she naked? Was there a dildo up her ass?
She thought it was big enough that it'd kill her.
She fell on it, Mom. I swear.
She wants to die doing something she loves.
This one's a pretty simple one. First time I had sex with my girlfriend, we forgot there was a pan on the stove and we almost burnt the house down. I remember I was eating her pussy and she started screaming, smoke, smoke, something's burning.
Wow.
That's the story.
Wow.
Here's my last one. The funniest moment in my sexual life was the first time I came together with my girlfriend. It was so unexpected and we were so proud we shook hands and started to laugh.
Wait, what? They what?
That's
I guess
so
that they
good.
came at the same
At
time.
the same
Good.
time. Damn.
Shaking hands is crazy.
That's just so funny. Imagine
Yeah.
shaking hands after you fucking... Hello? It's my fucking earrings or what?
Dude, there's something there. Yeah, you're wearing too much fucking metal, man. What the hell? Like, fucking this motherfucker's got chains.
Terminator.
rings,
I'm not
fucking-
getting into the airport.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Do you reckon there's a medal?
I don't know.
my rings off.
It's something. So here I am. I'm a virgin, 18 years old. It's 3 weeks before leaving for basic training. So I don't know if she must have been in the military. Oh no, he must have been in the military. Needless to say, I really wanted to have sex before shipping out at a buddy's house with some mutual friends and a new girl I had never met before. We end up finding out she's also a virgin. So we get to drinking. We're both attracted to each other. Next thing you know, we are making out and things are looking good for me. My other buddy and the other girl are on the sofa doing their thing while me and my new lady friends are on the mattress on the floor. We are both naked. She is on top of me. I put the condom on and right as I'm about to enter the heaven's beautiful pink gates.
Oh, wow.
Heaven's beautiful pink gates. She says to me, whoa, slow down there, cowboy. My buddy and his lady friend are on the couch right next to us, so they're listening to all this. She tells me she is nervous and she's not ready to have sex. And being the gentleman that I am and not a rapist, we just go back to cuddling and we fall asleep. The next morning, I wake up and go to the bathroom and notice that my hand and fingers are covered in blood. No idea if I broke her cherry fingering her for the first time or if she was on her rags. At this rate, it's so stained on my hands, I can't rub it off and I can't get the smell out of my nose. So here I am, still a virgin. I got the smell of a bloody vag on my hands and I'm hungover as. This is how I got the nickname from all my friends, Cowboy.
Oh, wow.
Because she said slow down there.
That's fucked up.
What the fuck?
The stained hands is crazy.
What
Yeah,
the
it's like he fucked a beetroot or something. You know, have you ever had beetroot on your hands? And you're like,
But, I mean, from her perspective, if she told him to stop, see, now it's doing it to me a little bit? The feedback or no?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Is it my mustache that's making it? I don't know.
Well, it stopped. I think it stopped with me after I took my rings off.
That's so fucking weird. But from her perspective, she told him to stop. So obviously she was on her rags or she felt that she started bleeding because it was both their first time.
Or she wasn't ready.
But why was she bleeding?
Well, because he was fingering her and shit.
maybe he had some poorly cut nails.
And he's
Oh, that's the
scratching
worst.
it.
Yeah.
It's making me cringe.
That's the worst. Like, tip for anyone listening: always make sure your fucking fingernails are trimmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And biting him won't cut it because that doesn't work either. I've tried.
Exactly.
Biting him won't fucking cut
No.
it. How many do I have left?
I got none left. I only get 3.
Let me give you one.
I cap them at 3. That's me.
Husband likes rim jobs every once in a while.
Husband is Joey.
Wow.
One afternoon, I was sitting down and he was standing in front of me with his back to me. He'd just gotten out of the shower, so I took full advantage. This is definitely Tory. I stopped and looked up at him. He grinned at me, leaned over and spread his cheeks. I went in to get deeper and all of a sudden... right into my mouth. I've never wanted to throw up so badly.
That's literally disgusting.
Yuck. I'd be so angry if I was a girl and someone.
But you're playing with fire. You can't go to. You can't. That's like a part of the risk of the job.
That's the
you know what I mean.
yeah.
Like a Sparky doesn't go into the role of electrician without knowing that one day he might get zapped.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if you go into that crevice, you know.
Bro, a man's ass is so gross, bro. It's like a fucking
I
hairy
mean,
ass.
I'd like
like
to think I have a healthy ass because I'm just in there, right? I've told you this about,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm overdue for my quarterly manscape, right? But before that quarterly manscape, it can be like a big long series of Lost in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there's a whole cast. They got guns. They're just like, how are we gonna get out?
They're filming a movie in there. These guys.
Joey's asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. I've got one more. A little bit of a story. I have a story. It's not my story. It's a friend's story. Therefore, the truth is quite questionable. A guy and his new girlfriend were hooking up. He thought he was pretty fucking lucky already. But she turned around and said, "You want to try anal?" To which his surprise, he replied very fast and with a fuck ton of enthusiasm. Little did he know that the girl's housemates were pranksters and were at the moment hiding in the wardrobe. As he's getting close to finishing her in anal, all feels and moans, the wardrobe finally burst open and there's an almighty yell as the housemates freak them both the fuck out. The next thing happened in about 4 seconds. She screams, he pulls out really fast, which causes her to shit all over him in a panic. His brain obviously stops functioning and turns into flight mode, and his instincts kicked in. He vaults out the window.
What?
That's crazy.
He lands on the lawn and he forced to lie there covered in shit and breaks both his ankles. They stopped laughing when they realized he was seriously hurt.
There's no way.
There's no way that he breaks both ankles and his whole pelvis and dick is
Like,
covered
oh,
in
shit.
shit. That is crazy, man. That's
Oh, fucking hell.
it's a dirty game, isn't it? Anal,
It's a dirty game.
Everyone, it's like that mysterious brown eye. Both men and women are fond of it. You know, you can't lie. Rose is she fond of your asshole? Does she try to go?
I've never done anal.
No. But I'm saying I feel like girls are obsessed with guys' assholes.
Yeah,
Is
but
Chloe
no,
not?
for the funny reason. Like, I like poking your asshole when you're bending down, but you will never catch me.
Actually
Yeah, but
trying to
like- but
shove
like-
a finger
No, but
up there.
I
yeah.
swear sometimes, like I was bending down, I was squatting actually in front of the freezer because the freezer's on the bottom. So I was squatting like fucking Ice Spice in one of her music videos, just like this. I was squatting, and she comes out from behind, and she literally gets her hands right in down my shorts, and I'm at this point I'm so used to it. I'm like, "Come, bitch! Like, what do you got?" Right? And she literally goes to like go. She's creeping her fingers closer to my ass like this, and I'm like, "You don't want to do that." And she's like, and then I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it." I don't do nothing, and then she goes. And then she backs away.
I mean, I'm never actually
You're
going to
gonna,
do
like,
it.
she'll get to like Lord of the Rings, like she'll get to the gates of Mordor or something,
And then
she
she
won't
puts the ring back on.
Yeah.
I'm too
No.
scared, man. I don't want nothing in my asshole, man.
Yeah.
Like,
But what if
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
what if I like it so much I'm gay?
isn't it weird, right? I'm not trying to promote anal sex for guys. I am, wink.
Yeah.
But how come our G spot is in our asshole?
I don't know.
It's so weird. It's almost like God's trick is like, hey, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
make most men a bit homophobic, right? But I'm gonna make your G spot in
but
your asshole.
don't girls have the same spot? It's not a G spot.
No,
right?
G spot. It's not in
It's
the
your
asshole.
prostate, right? Your P spot, they call it. I listened to a sex podcast not that long ago. You were like a sex expert.
Okay.
It was a pretty interesting podcast, but like, yeah, she was saying your P spot is something different, like in your asshole, your prostate.
Yeah, it's the male G spot or prostate is located just inside the rectum. near
Oh,
the
so
blood.
girls
So
don't
that's
have
it.
it though because your
No,
prostate.
but they have a G.
Yeah.
They have their ones like up top.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
In there.
So why do girls?
vaginal.
Why do
That's what I'm
girls like?
saying.
anal?
That's why gay, if you're gay, you're cheering.
Yeah.
Like you're experiencing full orgasm, doesn't
Yeah.
mean?
Right. We're missing out, if anything.
We're actually missing out. That's
Yeah.
why the Romans used to fuck their
They're still gonna
friends.
fuck
See,
each
these
other. up.
Romans, these Romans had something.
They had it down pat, I'm telling you.
They did. They had their poo down pat. That's for sure. They had their poo pat.
Can I also just say that in terms of stimulation for the male G spot, you can do external stimulation, which is the area between the scrotum and the anus.
Your gooch.
Yes,
Oh.
or the perineum.
But that's
What?
that's not your.
Can be massaged because it contains nerves that are connected to the prostate.
So that means.
Joey's
Okay,
like,
hold up. So you're saying, right, this whole time I've been like
Missing
left
out.
in the lurch, right? Knowing that I'm not ready to do the full 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
But you're telling me I could have always been, having Tori just stroke
Just
my
massage.
taint like a cat
Yeah.
this whole time. All right, we're going to cut this short.
Yeah.
Me and Tori have got something to do. No,
And then the skeins given and they're gone.
Yeah, I feel like so like what I want to know what the G spot in the guy's asshole looks like, because like if I'm gonna do a caricature, what's it called when you draw something cartoon, a caricature?
Yeah,
If I'm gonna do a
doodle.
caricature of a G spot, it's like a little dude with like a beard, and he's like kind of hiking like in the woods and shit, and he's just like, and like no one wants to come see him because everyone's kind of homophobic and no one really likes it. It's like, I never get any action, you know what I mean? And like he's just
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I want to know what
Are you saying your gooch is a caricature?
no, but I'm saying the G spot, right? It's not your gooch.
Oh, the
What is the
okay.
actual?
I get what you're saying.
What's the
Okay, yeah.
Is it a physical thing, or is it
It
just
is.
a guy's colon and then it doesn't really exist? Is it in the wall cavities? Like what is
do we
it?
have a
Tori's
picture
Google
there? Yeah.
imaging a fucking man's gooch spot.
So yeah, what are you talking about?
So
You
the
talking about
actual
the prostate.
like the spot that's
It'd be
like
the wall of your arse.
What's it
somewhere.
look like? Is it like,
Yeah, so your prostate gland is a walnut-sized gland that is located inside your pelvis between your butt and your penis, right under your bladder. It's part of the reproductive system, and it produces some of the fluid that you ejaculate during an orgasm. Because of where the prostate is located, you can actually feel it by inserting a finger into the rectum.
Did you know, right? I only learned this the other day. You get a vasectomy, right? People think that you don't come, but you still come normal. Your
Yeah.
cum is normal. It's just got no sperm in it.
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like,
Oh, did you think you just shot blanks?
and you know, it's such an easy surgery. It's such an easy procedure.
And that's why all men should get it.
That's what I'm saying. They should do it, and it's reversible. So they should make like you have to get a vasectomy at a certain age, right?
At
And if you-
18,
and if you want kids, you have to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very, very, very easy to get them. It's becoming. It's not that normal for men
trending.
to get it. No, but more men are getting it because it saves the female or the woman having to get onto birth control as well. Which we all know. I'm not on birth control. It fucks with your
It
hormones.
fucks you up
It's
bad. Rose was on it for years.
Crazy.
does a
She was
vasectomy?
depressed,
Does
man.
a
It was fucked.
vasectomy?
Did they
have-
put you under?
No, they do it in the doctor's fucking office. They can
They
do it.
snip. They fucking.
Oh.
you, can,
I
you
see-
can reverse it as well.
They can even do like a bladeless vasectomy. So they just poke a hole, like a little needle.
kidding.
Like,
It's that easy?
It's that easy, and they can undo it. most of the
Jesus
time.
Christ.
There's a
how come I feel like it would hurt though?
You would surely you'd feel something.
right?
A vasectomy is a form of male birth control, which involves surgically cutting and sealing the tubes that carry sperm from the testicles, preventing sperm from being released in ejaculation. It's performed under local anesthesia, meaning the scrotum is numbed, but the patient is awake.
And you can get it reversed up to a few times. There's a limit with the reversal, but I know
There's
you can
a
get it
more
reversed.
chance, a small chance that it doesn't work, right? If you've had it for too long or whatever, the chance of it being
Yes.
reversed goes down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can do it the conventional way, which is with one or two small cuts that are made in the scrotum, or a no scalpel vasectomy, which is a small puncture in the scrotum.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
yeah. And it's very quick.
Crazy.
Wow. I did not know that.
I mean, is there any side effects? Like, obviously not as much as the pill, but is there any side effects for the vasectomy? Because I don't know, man. Like, even though
No,
It's not hormonal.
There is short-term side effects, i.e., pain, swelling.
but because it's a
bruising.
surgery, there's
It's
only the
not-
recovery
it
phase.
doesn't affect your
Yeah.
hormones.
It's
I mean-
like getting a bruise.
Yeah, I mean, people probably do it just to come inside their woman as well. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, no, seriously, some people
Yeah.
do. Some couples obviously enjoy that. So rather than the woman having to be on birth control every day and affecting her hormones,
How much is a vasectomy
Wow.
going for these days?
I don't- it-
Have we
it's- I
got
think
spare money before Europe?
we looked it up. I think it's like $300.
Wow.
I want to bust nuts in Santorini. No,
Look at all-
we're not going to
We were
Greece.
just curious. I'm trying to have kids, so I got the opposite problem. But
You trying to have more?
yeah, of course.
Nice.
the cost of a vasectomy in Sydney can range from $550 to $1,590, depending on the clinic, procedure, and insurance coverage. Medicare rebates do apply.
Yeah, wow. Crazy, man.
Crazy.
Do you get a lollipop afterwards? Fuck me.
Fucking, I could probably just kick you in the nuts and do a good job.
yeah,
Give
yeah.
me $50, bro.
It is.
You
It
get
is.
cream pies.
It is
right?
kind of like selfish to think this way, but I'm like, I think because like the pill's been around for so long, I'm like, fuck, getting a vasectomy for a guy would be so fucking horrid, right? But it's not as bad as the pill.
It's not horrid at all.
Doesn't the pill make like girls like
Oh,
break out
the
and
pill's
shit? Like
terrible.
it's fucked.
I think it's more. I think it's more the surgery that freaks me out. Anyone that plays my balls, like, gets
If
prodded with a ball.
it is
You're
weird,
a
yeah.
woman and you can avoid it. Do not get on the pill.
Yeah, I'm pretty
do not get on the
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
pill. It is terrible, man. It is terrible.
It is.
Terrible.
What are the side effects, Tori?
It can cause a number of side effects. I also just want to say that if anyone has actually looked at like a box of of the pill when you get it, the document that is inside the pill is literally about
20
the
pages
size
fucking
of
long.
this poster. I'm not
Really?
even lying. When you unravel
Wow.
it, it's about the size of this poster in this little box, and all of it is just side effects.
Which is-
Wow.
yeah.
When you open it. So some of the side effects is obviously nausea, bleeding, mood changes, headaches, bloating, skin changes, blood clots, breast cancer, vaginal discharge, breast tenderness.
Tits fall off.
You can also it can lead to blood clots, which can then lead to a heart attack, a stroke, and a blockage of a blood vessel.
You can grow horns.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's fucked.
So-
Halitosis, bad breath.
The fact
That
that,
is fucked.
just this is like crazy.
That is fucked.
So crazy.
Yeah, Rose was on it for maybe 3 years or 2 years when we were young, and I remember I'd ask her every day. I'm like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Because she was just, you get
so
so moody, like just just depressed,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
literally depressed. It was fucking terrible. And when she's got off it, we're both like, "Fucking hell!" Like that shit was
damn.
terrible.
Yeah, God.
It's like you just watched a horror movie for like a few years. You know what I mean?
Like it was bad, man. And we were young too, and like, what? That was 16,
Yeah,
15,
but doctors
like-
just give it to girls. It's their first kind of.
Yeah.
It's their first thing to do. If they go, "Oh, listen, I'm sexually active," blah blah, blah, pill, boom. They just they obviously get money from giving it to people, but man, they don't even.
But you need contraception though. Like that's the thing. Like you also don't want these young kids having kids. But then you also like you'd think by now they'd make a male
Yeah,
contraception
surely
that's
by
a
now-
pill.
yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
you can make these pills that fucking do anything. But
well,
you
then
can't
wouldn't it
come
be
up with
that would be hormonal as well, which would then have more.
yeah, it
effects.
would be.
Wouldn't
But
there just be something, you just find something that dulls your sperm and then turn it into a fucking pill and then just eat it?
fuck, you're a
Put
genius.
your balls in a microwave, right?
He's cracked the code. Get this man a fucking science degree.
Put your balls in a microwave. I'm telling you, or sit on the washing machine for long enough.
There's got to be a way though. You'd think they're just not interested in it. Like
There is actually a male contraceptive pill that is being developed, and promising research exists, but nothing has been, like.
And
Wow.
the effects, you'd probably most likely would lean towards getting the vasectomy over the oral pills.
Yeah, it's got a little puncture.
Also, there's also something in here that says side effects. Some potential male pills have been rejected due to undesirable side effects.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What do you
okay.
mean?
So I guess that all of the side effects that come with the female pill is okay then. But
yes,
as soon as
Exactly.
it's probably it caused headaches in some of the men.
They couldn't watch the football for more than 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can't taste my beer.
crazy.
That's wild, man.
It's
That is
shit like
wild.
that makes me think like, the
crazy.
feminism movement and shit, it has a point, It's not
Well,
like
I always thought it did. It's just, like I said, there's always the radicals of every movement that just ruin it for the
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah, yeah,
like
of
whatever it
course.
is. The
Yeah,
trans,
of course.
like the KKK being Christians, some of them, and then most of them aren't, but there is the KKK. There's fucking ISIS, Muslims. It's like everyone's like, fucking
Yeah,
hell.
yeah,
It's the
fucking
same
hell.
shit.
Fucking oath.
Anyway, you want to go to the news, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
The news you can trust. The news you can trust. Only believe what we say.
I got something really fucking blew my mind I want to bring up.
Yeah, there's
I'm
some
sure you
crazy
guys
shit
heard.
has happened.
I'm telling you, the future is now, man. I've been saying it. All this shit happens at the same time. We're moving into a new era. Did you
Yep.
see they brought the wolves, the dire wolves back, man?
Yes.
No.
Did you know? Oh, bro, this is gonna blow your fucking mind, bro. I listened to the
Yep.
whole Joe Rogan podcast, all right?
Yep.
This company called Colossal Industries, it's the ones that are working on the mammoth, bringing the mammoth back.
Yeah.
They brought back 3 dire wolves, which have been
what is
extinct.
dire wolves again? They're
They've
just bigger wolves.
They were just like
They're
ginormous
big,
wolves,
white.
yeah.
They look fucking beautiful. They've been extinct for like how many years, Tori? Like 30,000 years. These have been extinct.
How do you spell dire? Is it D-I?
D-I-R-E. And they brought 3 of them back. They're named
Dire wolf.
Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. And they brought them back. They're so cute. And
When you said brought them back, what do you
remember
mean?
the woolly mouse they made? That's the
Yeah.
same
Yeah, yeah.
company.
Okay.
Right, so they had a skull of a dire wolf that was 75,000 years old and one tooth, which was like 12,000 years old. And from that, they were able to get enough DNA to
Bring this
bring
fucking
this
back, yeah.
extinct animal back to life. And they brought him back, and they're living in a nature preserve. They're going to live out their full life. They're not going to be rewilded. They're just like a study. They're going to make a couple more, I think he said. You got to see the footage and the photos of these things. They look, you can, and it's all over the news. Their first howl, like it was the first time a direwolf howl has been heard in like 30,000 fucking years, bro. Like it's
That's cool, man.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane what they can do just from a skull and a tooth.
Look at them.
Hold on, let me turn that.
They're adorable.
It is crazy, bro. There's
How
photos
big
of
do they get?
they were bigger than normal wolves, so I think
Like a big dog. Like a
No,
big
yeah,
they're
dog.
massive.
They're pretty
massive.
big.
They're like they're ginormous.
there's photos of like George R. R. Martin holding them and shit because it's like direwolves. They're like people think it's a mythical thing because they're so like in fantasy movies and shit, but they were a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just got the mythical stories just got like inspiration from their actual
Yeah, exactly.
existence.
I highly recommend the Joe Rogan's, the latest Joe Rogan podcast. The dude who heads the company was on it. It's such a good podcast. It blew my fucking mind, man. The shit
And does he
these
go
cunts are doing.
into how they actually do it?
Yeah, he goes into all of that. They're very ethical about what they're doing too. So they're helping rhinos in Africa and shit, and all their technology's free for people to help and shit. And they're only doing animals that actually have a benefit to like the ecology and stuff. Like dire wolves are a bit of a like experiment sort of thing, but they're not going to work on animals. Like they're doing the thylacine, the Tasmanian. So like we're going to see these animals in our lifetime. Like the woolly mammoth.
Tasmanian tiger.
And the woolly mammoth, we're gonna see that by like 2028. Crazy, man! It's
And
fucking
how do
crazy.
they decide like what animal's good for the ecology of it all? Like just what is it? Just what like would contribute to like the food chain and like just
There'd be heaps of studies
So
on it.
they
like-
make a good. He makes a good point, right? So the quolls in Australia, right, that we have here, we introduce like the quoll, the animal quoll,
Quill?
or
Quoll?
quokka, quoll. There's quolls and quokkas.
the
I don't
little
remember.
bird.
I don't remember which one it is.
Okay.
I think it's the quoll or the quokka.
Okay.
But we introduced cane toads to Australia unnaturally, right?
Yeah.
And then they became a huge problem.
yeah.
And then the quolls or the quokkas, I can't remember which, if it's the bird or the fucking mammal, they eat these toads, but they're not immune to the poison. But then in South America, there's animals that grew up around the cane toads and they can eat the cane toads and they don't get, nothing happens to them. So what they're able to do, they're able to take those genes and put them into the fucking
The quokkas here.
quokka, and then they will eat the cane toads and not get poisoned, and that'll help cull the cane toad population. So shit like that, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay.
So they can help kind of
Yeah.
reintroduce certain things that'll have a benefit to the environment.
What's it got there on the direwolf?
So very quickly, just some key information. They went extinct, as Dylan said, about 12,500 years ago. They were larger than modern grey wolves, standing at about 3.5 feet tall at the shoulder and reaching lengths of up to 6 feet. They weighed between 125 to 175 pounds, which is about 56 to 80 kilos.
It's a big dog, man.
Yeah, and just on what Dylan said is pretty much spot on about this colossal biosciences company that has done it. But they've created 3 direwolves pups by using ancient DNA cloning and gene editing technology to alter the genes of a grey wolf, the prehistoric direwolf's closest living relative, which is what the company announced on Monday. What did they say? They are working towards, resurrecting the mammoth, dodo, and Tasmanian tiger. They took DNA from a 13,000-year-old tooth and a 72,000-year-old skull and made perfectly healthy direwolf puppies.
Crazy,
Bro, if
bro.
we see a dodo in our lifetime,
I
bro,
love this
god
shit.
damn,
Now-
that is insane.
Another thing they've doing before the wolves is they're helping with the red wolf population. So the red wolves are another thing that are critically endangered in the US or whatever, and they've already brought back some red wolves and shit. So they're helping with that, and they're very on the conservation, thing. But like the guy was saying that those woolly mice and shit. Like people have been sending them messages, wanting to buy them, wanting to have special animals made and shit. And he's like, look, he's open, maybe not really, but like he would be more likely to do like a museum sort of thing with some of these animals. Not a zoo. There's people who want zoos and it's like for profit.
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
doesn't really.
yeah.
Maybe like an educational sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll fuck with that, man.
Imagine, man, seeing these woolly mice and these fucking
Ah,
crazy.
bro.
Like he was saying, in the future, not right now, but in maybe many years' time, they will basically be able to do anything. Like they can't bring back a dinosaur because there's no dinosaur DNA available. There is
Fossils?
none. Yeah, but there's no DNA in them. Like they can't extract DNA from them.
Because it's so old.
Yeah.
I guess so. But he's saying in the future, essentially, like they did this in Jurassic Park too, they created their own dinosaur. They'll be able to do that. They'll be able to make animals, make anything. Like they splice the genes and make like...
That is fucking
They can
crazy.
even make humans not lose their hair or give you genes to give you
it's
blue
like
eyes.
those TikTok videos is like which demon is your birthday month, and it's got like a panther mixed with like a crocodile, and that's July, and then it's got morphed animals together. Like you can get different compositions for different animals and just like pair them up.
They could do that essentially in the future, but like it's such a
crazy.
good pod. I highly recommend listening to this dude and checking out this fucking company because it blew my mind. Oh,
Yeah.
holy fuck, this is crazy.
As long as they've got good intentions.
And
Because
they
like I
do.
said,
This guy does.
that can
They
get
do.
very dicey real quick. All of a sudden in 2030, come look at the zoo that's got the woolly mammoth, and then bro, tickets are 150. You know what I mean?
Well,
so hopefully it stays away from that.
And
What,
Joe,
just-
Joe Rogan brings up those points a lot, and he plays devil's advocate a lot, and
Yeah.
says shit like that, like this can get in the wrong hands or whatever. And the
Yeah,
guy, like
man.
they're very aware of it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
It
But-
can get dicey real quick.
yeah, crazy,
Real
bro.
quick.
Like
Because eventually
wow.
some Chinese billionaires are going to offer a number they can't refuse. They can't refuse fucking $10 billion with a B, and they're going to sit there and go, fuck.
It's not even that. It's that the Chinese, they're working on this stuff too. It's like
Yeah.
that guy who got in trouble for genetically modifying those kids and making them smarter or whatever. He was saying they're trying to make them immune to AIDS.
Trust the
but-
Chinese. Of all the
Like-
things they can do, they're going to try and make the kids smarter. Like not
Yeah.
try and do something cool, but they're like,
But essentially, they can bring back like the Neanderthal and shit like that. And he says they get those questions all the time, like people wanting this brought back or this brought back or do this. There's a thing called the dude said his favorite animal is the Steller's manatee, which is like a manatee or a dugong, but this thing is the size of like a whale. And it went extinct. We hunted it to extinction 30 years after it was discovered. So they discovered this thing, and 30
Fuck.
years later, we killed it off.
Yeah, Jesus.
But he said they're not bringing that back because there's no. But like, if he could, if it was his choice, he'd bring this thing back. But like, there's no real benefit to bringing that thing
Yeah.
back. But like, it looks. I was googling. I'm like, fucking hell, it's a
when
manatee
you
the
say
size of
bring
a
that
whale.
thing back, do you mean you're bringing that actual animal back, or you're just bringing back the species of animal?
What's that called? A what manatee?
The Steller sea cow, I think it's called.
Like,
the Stellers.
because whatever DNA you use, that technically was the
Tori? What's that?
that
I
technically
don't know how
was.
to spell it.
STELLERS, Steller's sea cow. But yeah, to your point, it's so he's clarified that it's like it's not exactly the thing. It's they get enough DNA and then they
Replica.
have to kind of fill in the gaps, right?
Yeah.
But it's essentially
ginormous dude.
same
Yeah,
thing.
like
Yeah,
a
wow.
clone. Not really,
Yeah.
but like,
yeah, it's like yeah,
like
but
it's like you're the same. You look the same, but you're not the same thing. You know,
yeah, but
that
man,
thing
it's
died
crazy,
however many
bro.
years ago.
I couldn't believe it listening to this shit.
That's
Like,
actually pretty exciting.
how long have we been talking about this? Like the mammoth brick coming back, and then like you see the shit actually happen.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
in
this
real
stuff
life, eh?
actually happening.
Yeah.
Like wild, bro. I'm excited, man.
I'm just
I
happy
love
there's
this shit.
people out there that's smart enough to do this shit.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll bring something up. We are living in history again. You've probably seen all over the news. Stock market plummeting. Australian dollar plummeting. Crypto is shit the bed. Meme coins have disappeared off the face of the earth. We are living through historic times once again. We're going to live through two historic moments. Us, our generation. We had COVID, obviously. We survived. The market flourished more than ever. Right now, everything is dumped bigger than the COVID dump.
Due to Daddy Trump.
Yeah. Now, what I love about this, right, is the people freaking out online, right? Apparently, Americans, if you're American, let us know. Give us your opinions on that. I think their 401k is like equivalent to our superannuation. They're all freaking out, trying to get their supers out, etc., because everything's plummeting.
stupid idea.
They're freaking
Don't
out.
panic.
It's a long term thing. It'll go back up.
Exactly.
He knows this is part of it, but it's. I mean,
No, he doesn't know if it'll work though. That's the thing.
that's the
His
thing.
intentions.
But
are,
I was kind of weird on it, but I saw him clarify it. He's saying you make the tariffs so ridiculous and so obnoxious that the companies will bring their factories to America. That's what he wants. He wants these companies to stop importing and make the shit in America. That's his ultimate goal. So for like a year or 2 years, like like I said, for times to change, things have to crumble. And we said this when he got elected. Like, it's going to be rocky. Like, shit's going to happen.
Let me educate you normies for a second, right? For all you that are scared, uncertain, you know. You can say what you want about Trump. He fucking knows his business, right? The US government currently owns $36 trillion. Okay? Put that figure in your head for a second. With a T. 36 trillion. Okay? Out of the 36 trillion, 9 trillion of that is due for refinance. Okay? So the American government needs to somehow refinance $9 trillion worth of debt. Money that's fucking owed to other people. Right? So what the government is trying to do with Elon Musk being in office and Trump, all these fucking weird people that people don't really understand why they're in office, is they're trying to cut spending and increase productivity so that they can offset the deficit from 2 trillion to zero. Right? When we get to zero, the inflation will stop. Right? You create uncertainty in the market, you scare people, the masses then buy bonds. Okay? Bonds, equities, all that kind of shit. If you don't know what bonds are, don't stress. It's a bit more in depth with it. But yeah, they buy security bonds. It lowers then the bond rate. Okay, when the rate drops, then you can refinance the $9 trillion of debt, and when you refinances, the payments get lower, so the true $1 million debt deficit shrinks to zero. All right. Now, for a lot of you, that's going to go in one ear out the other. That's completely fine. But all this shit is like public knowledge that you can fucking look up for yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? But again, as we always say on the Firecast, people panic first. I hate him. Fuck this guy. Fuck this. Panic, panic, panic. Sell, sell, sell. When I'm telling ya, when these markets rebound and everyone calms the fuck down, and especially when China and Trump eventually come to that deal, which they will, right? We are going to be living in like fruitful times. I'm talking all of these people that are missing out on this opportunity. This is going to be, I reckon, worse than the Bitcoin opportunity. You know, when Bitcoin was only like $5 a coin and now we're all spewing 20 years later, this is going to be worse than that. Right. So I've started buying S&P 500 every week. I don't have a lot of money, but every week I just you can do it too with the Stake app. You buy S&P 500 or stocks, $50 a week, $100 a week, and just sort of dollar cost average it. It might go down for a little bit more and you just leave it. $50 a week, $50 a week, $50 a week. On the app that I'm using, which is something I've got to talk to you about off air as well, because there's another app which I think might be better to change to because it's a lot more user friendly. But on the app that I'm using to buy these stocks, you can see your projection. And just simple things like if you just chuck in, $100 a week for the next 5 years, you're going to invest whatever it is, like 8,000, 9,000, but you could have projected due to market conditions up to around like $35,000, $40,000. You're not doing nothing.
Just slow burn.
It's just a slow burn, obviously. But again, a lot of people, everyone wants now. But like you got to use this time. This could, again, not financial advice. I don't know shit. I'm just saying what I'm doing. I'm going to hopefully try to finally now be involved. Like, I'm sick of seeing the stories of dudes like, yeah, man, I bought Bitcoin when it was fuck all and I bought 100 of them and now they're laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to finally be involved on that little train, that little piece of the pie.
I'd invest in that fucking colossal company, bro. Like, for new things to come, the old things must go. And people, like, you can't, there's always a rainbow after the storm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was skeptical. I'm skeptical now still on Trump, what he's doing, but like, he's not stupid. You can say he's stupid, but he's not stupid really. Like, he's obviously got advisors and people around him and he knows his business, obviously. His intention, he's been saying it before he got elected, that this was,
this is part of the
tariffs,
plan.
Man. The tariffs are going. It's going to be short-term pain for some people, but eventually, if it works how he intends, they'll bring the business. But, it can go either way, man. Like,
it's already slowly working because I read, again, I don't know how many of them have, but already countries have started to fold. Apparently, Vietnam was the first country to fold, and they said, look, man, all right, we're going to stop our tariffs if you stop yours. Yeah. Let's come to an agreement. And just like dominoes or eventually, or I think China and Russia are dare say will be the biggest. But again, it's just a show. It's a big hoo-ha. China's just showing his dick. Trump's showing his dick. Yeah. Let them get to the point where they're fucking taxing each other 500% tariffs.
And
we just keep buying cheap.
The only two countries that America pardoned for this tariff and spared is Russia and North Korea.
Really?
They're not getting tariffed at all.
Oh, why's that?
Like, it's pretty, like, I don't know. I feel like they've always been kind of cozy, right? Like Trump and Putin and Kim Jong.
I mean, that's one way to stop him from nuking you.
Yeah, not more cozy than the European Union and shit. I mean, that's weird.
It's weird, right? But
wow, okay.
But then China hit back with a 34% tariff on the US.
No,
but
bro,
then,
they're at 100% now.
Yeah, but then Donald Trump put another 50 on. It's 104% on China. But like you said, I don't know. I think the goal, what I've read, the goal of the whole tariff thing is to like reduce the what do they call it? Reduce the loss of, like, if you have like 100 mil, right, of the US is exporting somewhere else, and then China imports 40 mil to them. The difference, the loss is 60 mil. You know what I mean? But like they're hoping to like close that gap. But the problem is some of these countries that are on there are so poor.
Yeah, that was going to be my thing. Is that how can that ever be equal then?
I know that's the big thing. So some countries like Madagascar, right, and other countries, they're not going to be buying as much as they're going to be bought from. Yeah. So there's no real say of how they're going to kind of work that out.
I guess that's why countries like Vietnam obviously fold so quick, because they literally can't afford it. So they're going, shit. They can play the game a little bit, say, whatever, we're going to tax you an extra 5%. But then when Trump turned around and went, fucking it, boom, here's 40%, Vietnam's gone, oh shit. And then they all kind of follow suit.
So what I meant was decreasing the trade deficit. So trade deficit is what it's called.
Yeah.
So like you kind of like, that's what, it's kind of try and close that. But they can't do that. They just kind of got to, they're going to get a really good deal with the poor countries. And they're going to try and get good deals with the rest. Yeah. But the poor countries are going to get fucked over. That's the unfortunate thing. In this big thing, like they're almost all the world, they're doing this to 185 countries, so most of the world. Yeah. It's just unfortunate that the third world countries and all these other countries, they're just going to be fucked even more.
The main thing I see from him is trying to bring industry back to America, making these companies put their factories in America. That's the thing I keep seeing him hammer home. And I mean, I don't know enough about this stuff, and I keep seeing people trying to say this or that, this is good, that, and I just don't understand it enough. So honestly, you got to sit back and wait.
Yeah,
just see what happens.
It's just hard for the
common
folk. It's hard for the common folk in the meantime, but it's hard to just place your trust in anyone that's made things temporarily more expensive. If you don't care about politics and you're like, it doesn't really affect you in any other way but your everyday living, that to some people is their whole world, like getting by. So obviously, if you've seen in America, for the first time since Trump has been back in office, there's been the most demonstrations ever held in America in one day against Trump.
They're going against people. People are freaking out, right? People are freaking out.
So that's what I mean. It's like whether he's got this big plan, whether he doesn't even know if it'll work. To be honest, he's hoping. No one knows, right? It's all about trying to kind of execute the goal, right? But no one knows if it does work and it does, make America thrive eventually, then so be it. But even then, right, does it make it cheaper, or is it more of a proud thing to be like American made, American, like it stays in America? Does it make it cheaper for everyone?
I'm telling you.
Because won't they just make that thing, right? Won't they just make that American made thing just as expensive, right? Maybe not with the tariffs, but it's going to be just as expensive as it is now. But it's just kind of raising now with the tariffs.
No. The price. But that's that's where people get confused too. It does not matter about the normal consumer price. That does not. They're not worrying about us at all. They don't give a fuck about us. He's trying to clear the $36 trillion deficit that they've got. Debt. Yeah. Who the fuck do you owe that much money to? Like every country's in debt to everyone. Yeah. But that's what happens is it gets to this very nasty thing where it just snowballs for decades and decades, and then you have issues like 2008 housing market where motherfuckers were losing their homes, bro, because there's no money. Everyone owes everyone money. Yeah. And it gets to the point where there's none of it. It's just, fuck, we owe this much. We need to start taking shit from somewhere. And then, bro, housing market, absolute collapse. Bro, again, you can look this up, public knowledge. The 1928 Great Depression was caused by, I can't remember the president's name, the Smoot-Hawley Treaty, which was tariffs. It was a tariff war after the World War. countries were struggling, and boom, they started doing trade wars because they wanted to bring the American economy back, keep the money in America, which is what Trump's doing. But because it was back in 1920, the result is astronomical. So this president, right? They were begging him, like both parties, the left and his own party. I think he was a Democrat. I can't remember. Regardless whether he was left or right, both parties were basically begging him not to sign this treaty because they were predicting if this gets signed and you make these tariffs so high, America's going to fucking collapse, because all the other countries were starting to make little alliances with themselves after the war. Because again, after the war, this fucking the workforce is depleted. No one's working. No one's got money. Everyone owes money to everyone because of this fucking war. Boom, he signs it. It starts, still debatable. Most people, like historians, say that that's what started that Great Depression. And bro, people were killing themselves, jumping out of buildings. People, that was so bad where people were going to the bank to get their money out, and the bank does not physically have your money. Can you imagine if you check your bank, right? You guys are about to go to Europe and you check your bank and it's just got zero. Must be a glitch. Combank's is fucking, and you're refreshing. You're going, what the fuck is going on here? Panic, world hysteria. It's the same shit, but now it's just a bit more. We've got technology, you got this, it's a bit more, everyone's got a bit more money, but it's just all he's doing is trying to clear that American deficit, bro. It's a bit like, it's interesting to look up on, man. It's really interesting.
Who was the president in 1928?
The treaty was called the Smoot. I don't know why they called it the Smoot-Halley Treaty, SMOOT.
Herbert Hoover.
That's the one, Herbert Hoover. Absolutely fucking caused a global debacle.
I'm just telling you, man, that this future with these animals coming back, all this shit, the technology, the medicine industry, the tariff, it's all a part of this new space age we're moving into, and everything. Some things have to collapse, and something else will be born out of this. You know, we're gonna have either 4-day work weeks or shorter work weeks. Shit
Flying
is
cars,
gonna change, man, and it has to be a bit drastic before things can change and new things come.
Is it not just exciting though?
It is. I'm excited.
We're living through.
I'm excited.
And I'll tell you what,
in 20 years' time, when we've all got kids and shit, there's going to be YouTube videos of this.
I'm going to be excited.
The Trump tariff wars, man, the market crash. Bro, the markets are down in the past 2 days, 28%. If you guys, the average normie, you're not going to understand how fucking catastrophic that is. 28%, bro, is a lot, considering when the average market every day only fluctuates like between 4 to 5%. 28% is a lot of money, bro. People are panic selling.
Yeah.
Panic selling.
Just embrace it, man.
Land Rover in England have paused all shipping to the US. Nintendo switched 2 orders from Americans.
Wow.
Hyundai in America has recorded the highest sales in the last month, however, with people flocking out to buy American-made cars before the tariffs actually get put in place.
Oh, yeah.
But Ford, they did the opposite. Not only are they not going to increase the prices, but they're actually discounting them, saying we're giving Americans employee prices for a couple of months. They call the campaign "From America for America."
See, that's what he wants. That's what he wants.
That's what he wants. But that's the thing. There's a lot of moving pieces in this, and who's to say it's a big risk, man? Because everyone hates him in an area. Not everyone, but a lot of people now fucking hate him because obviously their lives immediately have been affected.
Yep.
Where how often, really, right? Does your life, you as a person, your life get like. Get affected by politics.
We're chilling,
Not
right?
often, right?
But over there, man.
I'm just excited because I'm telling you, things have to change for new things to come, and it's going to be crazy and rocky. But that means
I'm just glad we live here.
In 10, 15 years, man, we're going to be in a different world. It's
I'd hate, but would you? I'd hate to live in America now, even though it might get better. All they're doing, like you said, is clearing their debt, which as a country as a whole, yay. But
it's the panic.
It's making everything more expensive,
panic.
regardless.
Yeah, but it's going to be expensive for a year or two. You know, like these people.
Yeah,
that's the plan,
in the long
right?
run, it's just short-term pain for
But get
long-term gain.
This is what I love and hate about Trump, right? This motherfucker tweets, right? He has the stage.
tweets everything.
He has the stage to kind of like, you know, in a way he kind of does ease their nerves, but then he uses this kind of language. It's just funny. He's like a comedian, but this guy, he's such a fuckwit. He's like, Trump said, the United States has a chance to do something that should have been done decades ago.
He does all caps.
Ready? Don't be weak. Don't be stupid. Don't be a panican, which is a new party based on weak and stupid people. Be strong and courageous and patient, and greatness will be
Fuck,
the
he's an
result.
idiot.
He
See,
is a fuck,
that's my problem
He
with it. Like,
literally said pelican.
if he can, carry himself better, I'd like what he
man.
does a lot more. But anyway, did you see? Speaking of all this shit, the Corleo, the fucking what is it, Kawasaki Corleo? This new fucking
bro.
It's a
is it?
it's a
A
I thought it was an
mechanical
April
fucking
Fool's.
horse.
I thought it was April Fool's, right? But Kawasaki, the motorcycle brand, have come out with a concept. It's just a concept. But it's basically a robot horse that it's like a motorbike, but it's a horse with 4 legs and it can go like off-road,
and shit.
jump
Bro,
and shit.
it's freaky.
Tori will show you. It looks fucking bananas. And I thought it was April Fool's. I'm looking it up. I'm like, holy shit, it's a
It's
real
legit, yeah.
concept. It's
Look at the video. Look at the video. Look at the video. Right, this thing's like
Oh.
climbing mountains and shit. This shit is insane.
It's
It's a horse. Yeah, it's a big. Look at it.
It's just like the body of a horse.
It's like a. So it's like an ATV for those listening. It's an ATV,
no horse
but
head,
no
just the body.
wheels. No wheels. It's got 4 actual legs instead of wheels.
And no horse head, just
No
the
head,
torso,
just the body.
the torso, the legs, and it's got
And then the steering wheel.
The front of it looks like the front of a bike.
That's crazy.
That is
Bro,
bro.
I would,
Fucking-
I would
There's
love,
no way it can jump that
Yeah,
far.
it's a concept though, right?
Yeah.
But
I would love to have that.
But
thing.
I'm telling you, this is the future we're moving into, and like, things are gonna
And
be
and
crazy.
Will they be able to make other animal kind of Kawasaki
Probably.
things? So instead of a horse, they could have like a panther or like a.
I'm sure they will.
But
I'm
that,
sure they
that
will.
makes sense though. Like when I saw this, like, damn, like I'm surprised that's like not been worked on before. You know what I
See,
mean? Like it's just like a bike but with legs instead of
Buy
wheels.
the stocks of these companies while this
Yeah.
shit is cheap,
Yeah.
bro. Because when these motherfuckers, if these are releasing mechanical fucking ride-on animal, bruv, I'm telling you, man.
It's so
Like-
yeah, it is risky.
It is
though.
a concept
It's-
though.
Yeah,
But I'll tell you, did you see that China as well? Their flying taxi service is starting this
now.
year.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And Speed went in one in
Yeah, I
China.
saw, I
like,
saw.
Isn't it the first
Flying
isn't it-
taxi.
Isn't it the first kind of? This is their first kind of. They're getting it past that they can have like airspace. They can control like have those in the airspace. Is it like the taxi?
They got it passed. It was the last like red tape they needed to get to be able to start flying. They got, so now they're going to start
But then-
flying this year.
But what's their roles again? Like air taxis? What for? Like
What's that?
what's
They've
that
also
from?
got a
Just
in
to taxi
France as
people
well.
around.
taxi people into the air.
Yeah, just like you need a taxi instead of an
Yeah.
Uber and you're driving through traffic.
That's
It's like a
crazy,
big
man.
drone.
Apparently, they're going to do it in France as well for the Olympics.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
This is happening. So
How
much-
long have I been saying this on FireCast? You've been listening. It all happens at the same time. All this shit's been being worked on for like 15 years and you
Yeah.
don't hear about it. You don't hear about
Yep.
it, but then all at once. It's the fucking space age,
I can't wait, man.
It's
I want to be alive
crazy,
for
bro.
all of it. I want to.
You
I
will
wanna,
be.
I want
15 years is going to be crazy.
I want to have one of those. I'm gonna have a fucking air taxi. I'm gonna have
A fucking robot
Horse in the
robot
garage.
horse, yeah.
Fucking.
I'm telling you, man, 5 years. 5 years, 2030 is going to already be so crazy, like with the tech.
Bro, and we're gonna still be going, man. We'll be sitting
FireCast
here. but we're
episode
gonna be
4000.
We're gonna be on floating chairs. Tori's gonna be a robot. Fucking fuck yeah,
It's
man.
exciting, man. It's really exciting. You just got to put the fear aside, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
Embrace the ride. Life's the ride.
Hey, we got someone made a vape connected to a Tamagotchi that dies when you stop puffing.
Oh, I saw that.
That is fuck. We were just saying that you guys are fags for doing that. Now you're turning them into pets.
That's pretty cool.
That's actually funny.
It is cool, but like,
It's called a Vaporgotchi.
A
Vaporgotchi.
Vaporgotchi's crazy, man.
Oh, look at it.
oh, that looks like it's got chemicals
That
in it.
looks
Though.
yum yums.
Oh, look at all
It's-
the wires
it's
hanging
the
out.
red
of it.
and blue and black wire coming out of it for me.
What the fuck?
Looks like
Ex-
you're smoking a bomb device.
It's a vape with a Tamagotchi in it, and if you do not hit the vape, the Tamagotchi will die.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, the vape's creator says they don't have plans to make it commercially available.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
okay. I was gonna say, yeah, fuck, bro.
Imagine that all the decrepit fucking vape smokers just like, I haven't stopped playing.
Oh my
fucking
god, she's literally smoking like.
Oh my god, that can't be good for you,
Doesn't
man.
that look disgusting?
That
smoking
can't
it.
be
She
good
looks
for
like
ya.
fucking Bane with that thing on her mouth.
That can't be good for you.
I mean, imagine if you've been like playing Tamagotchi for like fucking 10 minutes, 10 minutes straight, you're just smoking this vape.
A few people. God, I love people. People are so funny sometimes. People were commenting, and these were some of the comments. the Tamagotchi vape is speaking to me in a language I didn't know I understood. The Tamagotchi vape is killing me. I want one so bad. I'll make sure I keep it alive. Cancer or dead Tamagotchi.
Oh my gosh.
I will die before I let my Tamagotchi die.
Jesus Christ.
So funny.
Jesus Christ. That's not good.
No.
This is kind of a bit morbid, but did you hear the Russell Brand got charged with
Yes.
but sexual assault
did you
and
see
rape?
his response to it?
Yeah.
He
So-
seems confident, man, but I don't know,
so
man.
This is the thing, right? This is what I've heard.
He also said, look into my eyes.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird. So apparently, he's had there's a statute of limitations in America, which is like if you have sexual assault or rape allegations over 10 years, you can't bring it up now in the court of law. He has allegations and stuff going back from 1999, etc.
Jesus.
But he also has some that extend the statute of limitations, but in the UK, he's got some, right?
Oh,
but the
God.
UK doesn't have that. So people have come out in the UK and he's getting done with those kind of charges. But like Danny Minogue, apparently he was on a show or he was backstage with Danny Minogue and apparently he tried to put it on Danny Minogue. And apparently she said like turned him down and was like, he's clearly not overcome his sexual addiction because he was quite like, she called him a predator, you know? And
He's like lurking around and shit.
yeah. And the thing is, too, was crazy. In like movies like Forgetting Sarah Marshall and all that stuff, Get Him to the Green, he always played that like sex addict kind of character. And it's kind of like, I'm not comparing him to Diddy, but I'm just saying it's funny because Get Him to the Greek, Diddy was kind of playing Diddy, right?
Yeah. He was playing himself.
And now Russell Brand, that persona that was in movies, apparently, obviously, was his persona, you know?
It's just him, yeah, it was
But
just him,
they're
yeah.
saying that years ago, he created this podcast. There's a very heavy political podcast, very like, the media's out to get you, like, don't trust the media. But they're saying that he could be trying to get in front of it with his podcast, being like, okay, I know, because he's been getting like accused for years, being like, this is his thing to kind of like get a group following from the podcast and already have this narrative, pre-existing narrative.
Wow, I never thought of that.
About like, because he's heavy into the media,
like the
portraying
Matrix
shit.
type entertainment.
Yeah. And now they're saying that he was only doing that because he knew this was going to come out. Like it was
Wow.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I
maybe.
never thought of that.
Maybe.
But this is a maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He does.
Because even in the video, he's like, even in the video, he goes, I've been like, I'm not going to try to do the accent, but he's like, I've been fucking.
You said I'm not going to do the accent and tries to do the accent. You know, I've been fucking.
I've been saying this for fucking years. No, whatever. I've been saying this for years that like the media,
have the ick.
the media is like,
No rim job tonight.
Yeah, damn it. Maybe she'll tickle my taint. But like he's been saying for years that blah blah blah, and like he's just kind of restating like how you can't trust the media, and it's kind of just sus because I always say this: where there's smoke, there's fire. He might not, whatever he gets charged with, because they're saying he's already charged. I don't know.
He has been charged.
So meaning that they found enough evidence that he's actually
Yeah,
charged.
he has been charged. And I mean, he gives off creepy vibes.
He does. That's the problem, though. He's always been that eccentric, like, I'm going to fuck you in the ass type guy.
But there's eccentric, and then there's guys that play off eccentric just because they're really creeps. You know what I mean? Because like eccentric, and if you're a horny eccentric person, you're kind of just an eccentric creep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like commenting on this stuff no more, man, because you don't know what
don't
people like.
know,
You
especially
probably
rich people.
it's
You don't know what they're doing, man.
When there's smoke, there's fire, right? So, but you also don't know the inner workings of what's going on. Who said this? They said that. This happened. It's like, bro, this is some celebrity who has no idea we exist. They're fucking. So hopefully, the victims get justice if there's victims. Hopefully, if he's innocent, he's proven innocent. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's you can't say much.
Yeah.
No, you can't. I just thought it was crazy, but not that crazy. But yeah.
Did you see China opening the tallest bridge in the world?
These cunts, I'm telling you,
They're fucking
these
insane.
guys are a different.
How tall is this
They're
bridge?
a different level.
Take a look at this, man.
So apparently, Western engineers were saying this bridge would be impossible to build because of the height and the structure and how high, and then apparently China did it in like 2 years.
like, yeah, we'll do it.
Like it's like look at it.
It's shortened the commute around the gorge from like fucking 20 minutes to 1 minute or something, like 40 minutes to 1 minute.
Can you see that? Or is that
I
too
can
small?
see that. That is ridiculous. I've seen the video too when they're building it. It's
How
ridiculous.
tall above sea level?
The world's tallest bridge in China is under construction and is expected to be completed in June 2025 with a height of 625 meters from the bridge. From the bridge deck to the bottom of the gorge.
Fuck me.
What
dead.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's a
These guys are
suspension bridge.
fucking bananas. These guys have got to be smoking something. They're smoking Ritalin.
They're just
or
drinking
something
tea.
that makes you
Bro.
strong, like smart.
It's the art of war, man. I'm telling you, China, they've had this big plan. To
They've
take
been
over
playing the
world.
long game since
the
1900s.
long game.
Like, you laugh
Before
at us
that-
now. You
before
laugh at
that-
us now, okay?
Right, you know,
25 years later, they're the smartest cunts in the world.
Bro, I was laughing at the last podcast when you were talking about the cunts vomiting on the Teslas and you did a fucking impression of the cunt. I was
Take
cracking-
that.
Can,
You know what?
can I also just add that this surpasses the current record of the tallest bridge, which China
Also holds.
also holds.
Oh, so they broke their own record.
Yeah, but it's like
Guns
for
up.
what purpose?
Well, now
just,
that
just pride.
to get across the gorge
Fuck
quicker.
you, Trump.
Does it say?
They're building heaps of shit.
Does it say how long the commute across
Oh
the gorge?
my
Because
God.
I saw a thing. It was like a 40-minute trip, and now with this bridge, it's 1 minute. So they can
And these
get across.
cunts are building shit at a scary rate.
Yeah, bro.
They're building heaps of shit in like a month.
Yeah, they get the idea and they just
Oh,
build it.
man.
Well, if you've been on a construction site, you get a few jip rockers on site. They do work at
Right.
insane pace. You know, and I can imagine what a bunch of bridge makers do. Bridge makers.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't say.
No
I've
commu-
seen it somewhere. I think.
You know what
Yeah.
I was laughing at, sorry, as well. I was having a little chuckle to myself. You two fucking peanuts in the last episode when I was explaining the story of Experiment 25. And the only thing that you two got out of that whole story was that the rats were gay. The rats were gay.
Yeah.
What's the experiment? I don't
Because
even remember.
remember,
I told
at
you.
the end, he was like, they were
The
doing,
rats turned into
they were
homosexuals.
doing experiments, but he was saying like, oh, this and that on the experiments. But then I thought we just couldn't get over how out of all that,
The rats
right,
were gay.
Why did they turn gay though?
Oh, fuck, man.
Sorry, also, yes, Dylan, you are correct. It will reduce the travel time from 70 minutes to 1 minute.
70 minutes. Wow.
So-
1
Wow.
minute.
It was worth building a bridge, so it's not for no reason.
Well, it cost $280 million.
Jesus
See,
Christ,
the
bro.
China, because everything's owned by the CCP, they got less red tape and shit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you have to get grants. And even this guy was bringing the animals back, right? He was saying, he went to the government or whatever and was like, look, we got these red wolves. We can reintroduce them and help the population or whatever. And the government's like, yeah, well, we have to have a 5-year study
Oh.
and see if it's possible to clone red wolves, and then we can go through this and then take it from there. And the guy's like, no.
We didn't know
It is
now.
possible. These
Yeah.
are these are cloned red wolves. We have them right here.
Yeah.
And they're still saying like, no, you need a
See,
5-year
but
study.
see,
And
you can say what you want about China, man. I like that can-do attitude. It's like, 700-meter bridge? Okay, go. Just try it. Just
2
try
weeks.
it. We're just giving it a crack. You know what I mean? Then in 2 weeks, they got an idea, and they're at least trying. You know what I mean? Like, us white people, we're too like, I don't know. What are
much
they
red
going to say?
tape.
What are they going to say?
It's because we have freedom. Like, I swear that's all it is. When you don't have freedom, you're like, okay, so what can we do for infrastructure?
Yeah.
Like,
It
comes at a cost.
if I don't have freedom, it's like, all right, put me to work.
Fucking
Like,
hell. I've got one more topic.
yeah, I'll go one more after you.
I've got one more. This one will be up for a debate. Did you guys see that the female fencer refused to fence against her opponent because the opponent was a transgender, legally born a male, and she's a fucking big ass dude too, like a big girl. And yeah, so before the fence, like so fencing, obviously, if you guys don't know, it's obviously the sword fighting thing that they do in the Olympics and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So before the thing was meant to start, and then she took a knee and refused to fight her. And she just basically said, she did say in an interview in like the nicest manner, she said, look, I'm sorry, but I'm going to refuse to fence you. You're a biological man. You're 10 times stronger than me, faster than me. I don't want to get hurt. Is she right or wrong to do that?
More power to her, man. It's not
Yeah.
the first time it's happened either. And why is there so many top level transgender fucking athletes, bro? Did you see in the pool tournament? There was a pool tournament. 2 biological men
And they're
in a
undefeated.
women's pool tournament
They're
versed each
undefeated.
other in the final. What the fuck, man? It doesn't make any sense. So I think
I don't
more
know.
power to. If she refuses to, then fair enough, man. If you don't want to get hurt, you're worried for your safety. It's happened in boxing before. It's happened in the last Olympics where that boxer tapped out early because of that
It
Algerian.
turns out the whole time she was a dude.
So it's like, more power to him. I mean, it would be a tough topic if I felt like these people were genuine, but I don't think these athletes are genuine. I think they're literally transitioning. They're probably not even really transitioning. They're putting on a wig and some lipstick to compete at the highest level against
have an
women
advantage.
when they wouldn't be able to get to that level against men.
Against
and
men,
it's
yeah.
fucking sad because it just doesn't make sense that there's that many top level transgender athletes who have dedicated their whole life to this sport, made it to the top of the fucking women in the world, competing at how many transgender men are fucking in the top level. It's just bizarre.
If you like,
Is that a picture of the woman, Tori, or is that the transgender?
That's the woman.
That's the woman that refused to fence?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This is a photo.
That's the
of-
photo, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's actually a video.
I was thinking like, does it work like if you transition fully? I'm talking like, I don't know, you take
You get your dick chopped off, everything.
The longer you're a trans woman, if you're a man, you're biologically a man, you transition.
That's a trans woman.
Yeah,
Trans woman, yep.
If you're a trans woman for years, right, and you're fully trans, right, do you always have that upper hand in terms of testosterone and all that? I wonder
I
if
think I personally think biologically you do, man.
Yeah?
I think you do. It's
I don't
like
think
it's
the
in,
rest
your,
of it.
it's in your DNA, bro. You can't get rid of that. No matter
Yeah.
how much you try, how much science, how much. Oh no, but I've been like this for 20. Bro, it's fucking science.
Yeah.
You cannot. I've always said this. I hate to admit it. I'm a man of science. Above all else, above religion,
Show me your
above,
dick.
above politics, above everything else. Science has the factual answers of things. And science,
hey, dash Ignatius.
yeah, 2025, and science, bro.
Oh
you
my
are
God.
you're a man. Like you can't. It's not gonna go away from your inside your body, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck.
Tori, what do you think of this fencing thing? I'd like to know your opinion.
Honestly, this is something I get really divided on, is the sports thing. I am all for transgender people. I'm an advocate for transgender people.
We are too.
I understand.
No, I'm joking.
I just want to make that clear. But I am always, I guess maybe let me put it this way. I'm not educated enough to have that much of an opinion on this. But I am always on the fence when it comes to
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
when it comes to the sports thing, because I do agree that men will have the upper hand. Like biologically, if you're a male and I enter in a sport against you, you are not competing at the exact same level as me. So
Yeah.
I am always really conflicted by that. And I don't know if that's maybe because I just have not educated myself enough, or if my stance is I don't agree with it. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't
It's
know.
like, why can't you just transition and just not play
Do sport.
Like, yeah, like
or have a trans league.
Yeah, but
Yes.
the thing, a trans
Do it.
league though,
You'll have three people. You have three people in the league.
I don't really agree with the trans league thing when people say it, just because it's like, be realistic, you know what I mean? But then it's like when you see a lot of the people who are for the trans rights and everything are super pro women, and it is women, and they want to support women. But then when you see a biological woman crying who's dedicated her whole life to this sport, she's passionate, she loves it, and then she's crying and quits early because she doesn't want to get hurt by a biological man. It's like a no-brainer, man. Just keep it out of sport. You can transition, but like, do you really need to be a fucking female
boxer.
weightlifter?
Yeah.
You know, like a professional female fucking powerlifter.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them, powerlifters. Like, it's just bizarre, man. And it's like, it's sad to the real women. Not that a trans woman, yes, you're a real woman, but like, come on, like, you know what I mean? A biological woman who's dedicated her whole life to this sport has a moment taken by a biological
Yeah.
woman.
See, if there's a woman up there with a 5 o'clock shadow, right? That's when
And a bulge.
that's,
spandex.
Yeah, and a big Adam's apple. Then step down. That's it. Step down from the sport.
See, how would you feel, right? Say you two have a daughter. She loves fucking, I don't know, whatever. Fucking running. Loves running. She's a sprinter. You've been taking her to athletics since she was fucking 6. You go every Sunday. It's a family thing. And she's getting good. Next thing, gets to the fucking, I don't know, the Junior Olympics at age 16, and she gets to the fucking final, and you're going, hold on a fucking second, that looks like a big-ass girl she's racing. Your daughter gets pumped. You're going, what the fuck? You end up finding out that she raced a trans boy, or whatever the fucking age may be, just hypothetical. How would you feel? You'd be fucking heartbroken, right?
Yeah, hard, yeah.
You'd be heartbroken as a father, as a mother, I'd be like, bro, your daughter would be in shambles, crying, all the training, all the fucking the trips, and you know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah.
I think the sports, yeah, it's yeah.
What is that photo? Is that a dude or a girl?
It's a transgender woman. It is a man that is.
She's not even trying to.
It's just a
Looks like a girl.
wig.
Yeah, okay. That's got all the attributes of a man.
It's bizarre.
Anyway,
The last point I got, did you see that
ex-UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez
Yes.
been sentenced to 5 years in prison for attempted murder because he shot at a dude who sexually assaulted his son.
That happened ages ago, but.
Yeah, but he recently got sentenced. I think.
Oh, so did he actually get
he's got
sentenced
he's
now?
got jail time.
But he's done so much jail time already. So what was the time?
Has he?
Yeah. What was?
I only seen this recently. I think it's something recent happened.
The
But-
2022 shooting.
But it happened a while ago, Tori. So what's been happening since? Because he's been in jail for this whole time.
former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez was sentenced to 5 years in prison on Monday. This was on March 25th. For a shooting that took place in February of 2022. Velasquez, who's been out of jail since 2022 but on house arrest, received credit for 1,283 days of time served. So that'll be 5 years minus
1,000 days. Or
The
something.
house
1,000.
arrest.
Why am I only seeing all this pop up now? I've seen heaps of stories about this. If it's
So I think because no one knew what was going to happen, I think it was kind of like he was on that house arrest. I thought he was in jail this whole time, but it was kind of clean, cut and dry kind of case. Some guy was like touching his kid or whatever.
Would you like me to elaborate on that?
Yeah, can you?
Velasquez was accused of shooting at a pickup truck carrying the man, Harry. The man who was accused of molesting his then 4-year-old son at a daycare facility.
What?
During an 11-mile car chase on the afternoon of February 28. The man was being driven by his stepfather as they travelled from Morgan Hill, blah, blah, blah. Velasquez reportedly fired multiple rounds at the vehicle with a .40 caliber handgun, missing the intended target and striking the other man in the arm and torso.
Which kind of fucked him. That kind of made it
Yeah.
worse. The fact that he hit him.
Oh, come on.
But like, how crazy, right? That guy
Come on.
picked the wrong kid to touch. Like in terms of like, out of all, imagine you're like imagine you're like that guy, right? And you're like, like which kid? And you're like, yeah, that one, right?
Which kid? Like,
Yeah, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Fucked up, whatever. But I'm just saying, he chooses that kid. Next minute, you see someone with cauliflower ears. You know the ones that you know,
running out of the house.
And-
Dagestani fuck
Bro,
shit.
Cain Velasquez, first of all, he's Mexican American, but
He's a scary-looking
He was
motherfucker.
one of the scariest heavyweights in his time. Even to this day, he could beat a lot of those heavyweights currently fighting in the UFC, and he's been retired for years. He was that good, right? Best heavyweight with the best stamina. Crazy, right? Crazy wrestler. Imagine seeing that guy chasing after you, right? And then jumping in his car, firing shots, and you're like, you're getting chased. Like,
Man, stuff
that is fucked.
Stories with children break my heart
Well,
so much, especially when you have kids, man.
a lot of people came to his defense. A lot of UFC fighters wrote letters trying to either diminish or just get rid of the jail time completely. It obviously didn't work, I don't think. But like,
where's the compassion though? Like this guy was
I think 5
molesting
years-
a kid.
yeah, I think the 5 years is their version.
Accused. It was never proved. I'm just adding in.
Oh, it was never
things.
proved?
It was never proved. He was accused.
Okay.
Oh, you're kidding.
Maybe that.
So that's why.
Maybe that as well.
Wow.
But I think.
Wow.
I think his 5 year sentence, because don't forget, in America they slap them with heavy jail time over there, right? But like,
damn.
I think that 5 years is a bit of a soft,
for shooting
slap on the
someone.
wrist.
Tory Lane's got what, 10 years, 20 years or something for fucking shooting her in the foot,
Meg's
supposedly. It's not even fucking confirmed that even happened. He's got 20 or 10 years. How much did Tory Lanez get? Did he get 20 or?
I thought it was 10, but maybe 20.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't even think that fucking happened.
Nah, it didn't. It's been like confirmed that it didn't happen.
No, he was found guilty.
Yeah, he's found guilty, but like
He was sentenced to 10 years in
10
prison after being
years.
found guilty of 3 felony counts.
fuck,
Bro, didn't
man.
I swear we spoke about this on the podcast. Didn't they, when they were in the court, they done like DNA swabs and it wasn't like even Megan Thee Stallion's DNA? It was
Yeah,
like,
there's
like all this weird shit happened with it. Like it's
that's
just,
a weird one. That's
it's
a
a
weird
big
one.
conspiracy,
Yeah,
that one
but-
too. That's
And the 3 felonies, what are they?
probably like drugs, guns.
Do you want to get up here, Iggy?
Sorry, I'm just guessing from his ethnicity.
Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle,
And
discharging a firearm.
So
with gross
it's all
negligence.
related to what
Supposedly happened.
Correct.
But
Okay.
he released a song just today or yesterday too. Did you see it? It was a Mockingbird.
the Mockingbird remix, that was really good. Right?
Really?
I feel bad for that motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
He was a good artist. He wasn't one of my favorites, but if he drops something, like a lot of the time, I like what he does with his voice. He has like he uses auto tune really well. Like he actually projects his voice. He has different kind of ways that he can sound.
Yeah.
Even though some like people, it's cheating. It's like, bro, it sounds good. Whatever. Like you know what I mean.
100%.
But I feel like with auto tune, I know this is straying a little bit, but you kind of got to be able to sing a little bit, right, for it to sound good, or no?
Yeah, you can't put auto tune on poo and have it sound.
Yeah,
you know
this
what I
is
mean?
You know what I mean?
auto-tuned poo. Yeah. All right. Well, before that camera dies,
Yeah.
because I'm watching it fucking flash red right now, right? Tori, say something. Say something inspirational. Don't chat GPT it, you bitch. Say something inspirational.
You just wasted a gallon of water.
Everyone look at the capybara on the screen while Tori reads us out.
Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Nice.
As always, guys, we'll catch you next week. Joey K's going to record some solo stuff. I'm going to record a solo stuff. DZ will do a solo stuff. But other than that, thank you as always. See you guys
Salute.
next week.